Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you some basic Overpass utility which will help you out in your games. I'm on 64-tick server as first disclaimer, so not everything may work. Some of these are 128-tick only, but I'm not sure which will work, which will not. I'll show you a 64-tick and you just have to take my word for it, whereas 128-tick and try it out in your games anyway. First, what I'm going to show you is going to smoke off toilets from spawn. Come here, line up with the middle of this hand railing on the right side. Aim for this little white bit here, gap in the shadow. This will require you to have low graphic settings to see, and jump throw bind. This will smoke off toilets here, so anybody playing around here will be smoked off on toilets. This works both on 64-tick and 128-tick. You can also smoke off toilets from playground. If you come here where the slide is, right in this corner, you'll get caught, and where this big pyre is, where it meets top leaf and throw, that will also smoke off toilets very nicely, which is the second position you can smoke toilets from. If you're worried about anyone playing the Via, this is a Molotov which will take a lot of practice. I have not perfected it, but you come here, aim in between these bits here, or maybe it's back here actually on this thing here. Aim for the right leaf here and run throw. Do a slight run throw, maybe you just have to tap W, and if you keep practicing it will land here. I did a little bit too far, I did a run throw there. I think it might just be a tap throw. Come here, tap W, and throw. There you go, that's perfect. So just tap W, and that will molly off anyone playing there. That'll molly off anybody playing there. I'm gonna have to fucking disconnect and re-launch it because I'm just sweet. But anyway, that's how you molly off divider. Just tap W there, get into that position, molly off divider, and it should give you some nice entries into here. If you are running up long here, a nice U2 you can do, which will require a little bit of teamwork, is you have one player just throw a flash up there. It doesn't really matter where this flash goes. This flash is meant to be obvious, and they're meant to look away from it. The real flash is when you got another player sat here, and they throw a flash up like this, and it's double flash. So this one pops first. It's very obvious, very easy to look away from, and your second teammate does this. So when they re-peek after the pop, they peek straight into this flash here, and you guys can swing out of it. That requires a bit of teamwork, this flash combination. I would not recommend it for solo queue, but if you have a team you can play with, that is a very good flash you could use. Over here, if you come between this lamppost and this wall here, aim for this tree and aim slightly above it and just run for it. You can sort of do it on the fly. This will smoke off dumpster. I done a little bit too hard there, but with some practice you can get it pretty consistent. I went a little bit too high, but with some practice you can get it consistent. Having said that, I've just fucked it up twice in a row, which is kind of embarrassing. There you go. And that will smoke off dumpster. That is going to require practice, so I usually am consistent, maybe it's just the video jitters. And there's another line up here with a Molotov, maybe against this wall. If you line up against this white building here, a little bit up to the left, and just throw up, and that will molly behind truck here for anybody playing behind truck and holding it. Just a little bit of knowledge actually, really nice truck position is here, because you can see when they're running up, and you can shoot them if they come up truck, and never ever have I ever been pre-fired there. Somebody comes up, they cannot see, all they can see is where this little gap is here. It's just black, and you're not even going to know somebody's there. You'd pre-fire this here, but you'd never pre-fire that there. So they'll just might pre-fire you past your head. They might pre-fire you and it will whiz past you, but they won't actually get you, and you can see them, and they can't really see you that well, which is just fantastic. An easier dumpster smoke you can do is if you come here, line up with the middle section of the bench, jump up onto the backrest, aim on the lady's head on the toilet, and just throw. This will smoke off dumpster here, and if you are playing towards B site on the T side, a really good Molotov is come here, aim for the bottom to be here in the middle and from throw. That works on 128-tick, that does not work 64-tick. But that molly will land here on short, which will stop players from pushing into short and coming in pipe and pushing around. Unless they smoke it, or if they run through the fire for extra fast, you should be able to hear them. And this is actually the first setup I'm going to execute. So do that Molotov. You'll have players running up pipe. As soon as they enter pipe, flash in between these two. pillars on the railway, and that will flash them into short. If anyone's playing here, which they shouldn't do because this is mollied off, died. But if anyone holding here, if they manage to get here in time, will be flashed in water. And what the flash mostly does, and what it's important for, is boost. If anybody's playing boost here, it will fully blind them, and that is what your teammates need to come out and pre-fire for on boost. Once you've got water control, there's another smoke you can do. Line up here in this corner, where this cable here meets the metal railing, just throw, and that will smoke off heaven very easily and nicely for you guys to push in. And also another little flash you can do. Anyone coming out of monster, aim around about there and throw. Do it on the fly. Aim around about there and throw. A little bit higher. Pop. And that will pop out monster here. And anybody holding monster will be blind. Even if they're here, they'll be blind. If they come all the way into the corner, they won't be. Just got to be careful of barrels there. But anyone holding a wide angle will be blind. And it may also blind heaven as well. And it will also blind off the short player for your B executes. Yeah, another neat little flash you can do on the T side. If you're worried about water, come into here, into this corner, aim for the top of the stairs here and just throw. That will land out of the window there. You can pop out and that will flash anyone in water as well, which is a nice little pop flash, which you can actually do for yourself or a teammate. If you're quick enough, do it for yourself. Throw it, pop out, bang, it goes, and just shoot. Come out shooting. What you can also do is if you have two people on the CT side coming up here, running down the connector, one of them throws a flash here, just on the fly, and you both wide swing this, and you just get connector control straight away, and if they come water, you can swing out with that flash, and it's a nice little combo. What you can also do is throw a smoke there, have one player, just smoke that off, have one player crouching here, the other player can boost on top, and they're sort of about this height, and they can see right into pipe here, and get some shots. Micro's off because I'm no clipping, but this is a really nice little boost you can do. Yeah, I know it's not util, but still. On the CT side, there's some util you can do also. I know for a fact this one will not work on 64 tick. It's 128 tick only. I've tried it on 64 tick. I cannot get it to work. It will never work. But this is how you do it on 128 tick for your face it games. Crouch here, aim here, crouching, jumping, throw bind. And it will not land where it needs to, but what it will do is it will bounce off here in your 128 tick games, and it will land here in monster. So your B players can come here, they can get this angle here, or they can hold this, and if they decide to push through the smoke, it's really easy just to spray down. And you see it in a lot of pro games as well, there's a smoke here and people push here and you just spray it down. The Fnatic complexity game which happened today, the smoke was used, and I think complexity got a really nice spray down from it on Fnatic. So that is your first CT util. As you're coming down onto B site, you stand here, throw a Molotov roundabout there on this balcony here and throw. That will molly off pipe, which will counter them coming to get water control. Although if they smoke it and you hear a smoke hit, you know they're in the water as well. It's really nice to have this information. And just something you need to be careful of actually, there's a really nice boost spot here where players can do, which will boost over and you can kill here. Just be careful of that boost spot. And also on CT side, there's a boost spot here where you can boost over and sort of see up here as well. And obviously everyone knows this boost here. Some boosts you can do as well. On the CT side, some more CT util. I'm pretty sure this one won't work on 64 tick either, which is very helpful, but it works on 128 tick. If you come around here, aim here, right sort of in the middle, if not slightly lower, and when you get to there, this section here, you will jump through bind. So if I come back, and you come here and jump through bind, on the 128 tick, it will land over this roof, and that is how you molly stairs here for the T's coming up into fountain. And that's another really nice piece of utility that you can do. That is some Overpass util, which will help you with your games. Sorry that most of it didn't work on 64 tick. In my other videos, a lot of smokes do work on 64 tick and 128 tick. Fortunately, most of my util knowledge on Overpass is for 128 tick because I'm a face it player. But you can use it in your games, try your best with it, and it should work quite nicely for you, and happy